25 years ago, a gift was given. What came of this gift is our story. It started a thought, gained momentum in numbers, and continues to touch lives through faith and education. This is the story of a gift and its legacy.
Mrs. Pasalacqua, you know the name, and Mrs. Calloway. And she was a doctor, Dr. Xenia Calloway. And they came, I remember it well, came into my office and they said, we're a part of a group that were thinking of starting a private school. And it occurred to us that if we could get the Catholic Church to sponsor that school, it would be better all the way around. Are you interested? I said, by all means, I am interested. And in the early spring, I had the opportunity to talk to Mrs. Emma Pruden. And she was the granddaughter of the founder of a furniture factory up in Northwest Ohio, and the Pilliot family. And they were in the process of selling this furniture factory, and she was to receive $20 million from the sale. Now, I didn't know this, but I did know Emma, and she's a gracious lady, and her roommate. So as we were talking, I said, Emma, would you like to create a nice memorial to your beloved grandfather who provided you with this landfall that's coming to you? She said, I surely would. She said, I'd love to. And when she said yes, I knew we had that school. It was in the bag.
This initial gift from Emma Pruden, benefactor of a furniture manufacturing plant in Cincinnati, Ohio, not only made available funds for what would be Central Catholic, but her donation would also create the opportunity for other committed families to share gifts they too possessed. Since this day, so many families and individuals have shared their gifts, starting with Maurice, the initial benefactor of the Pillar Society Endowment Fund, to the Couch Family Foundation, who provided a matching grant for the early childhood outdoor learning environment, to current-day gift-giving, the Toomey family, who gave a substantial gift earmarked specifically for the future of Catholic education through the Pillar Society Endowment Fund. Gifts have taken on many forms: construction on sets, auctions and festivals, committee meetings, donation seeking, shoulder tapping, idea sharing. The list is endless. Through all of the years of this excitement for Pope John Paul II Catholic School, there are some whose dedication and commitment have been so widespread and so impactful, a small part of their story should be told.
Well, first of all, I need to say that Spike and Nancy Fitzpatrick were the doers. They did a great deal for the school. With Spike and his committee included DJ Pasalacqua and Mr. and Mrs. Pasalacqua. It also included Xenia Calloway and her husband. It included Candy Tamposi. It included Mrs. Townsend. It included a number of people. They wanted a very active sports program. Well, obviously there was no money in the budget for that the first year because the school had to be built and paid for. So what they did, they came and they said, Sister, we would like to take care of the equipment for the athletic field. I said, okay, how are you going to pay for it? We're going to pay for it. Well, Father Holt came along after things were in progress and he said, what's happening? And I said, the athletic field and equipment are being donated. The Vashamini family were the shakers and the movers for much that has happened in the last 10 years. They gave their whole heart, so their time, their talent. They raised a lot of money for the school. They made things happen, and they saw to it that they happened. They sacrificed everything to make the school work.
A culture of giving was built upon the actions of this first group of parents. To this day, families come forward to share gifts and talents, and still some families, the Vassiminis, the Fitzpatricks, the Meeks, lived this culture on another level. They took it higher.
If That's just the way she does everything in her life. She's going to do it 110%, or she's not going to do it at all. I think they see little things as gifts, little things that you do for each other as a gift. They truly do believe in the education here at Pope John Paul, and I think Catholicism is a very important aspect for them that they wanted, and that they knew that for the children to be successful, the school would have to obviously be successful as well. And for them, writing a check was, a way to help that along.
You know, like we all live our lives to do unto others as we would have them do to us. And Frank and Rita, they were a step above that. You know, they sacrificed what they had to make sure that we all could get our things. Called him Big Daddy. Spike Daddy is what we called him. And he was great. He was just, when it came to the kids, you know, there was no holes barred. You know, he was just all about the sports. He was big into the sports. You know, he made sure that that we had what we needed when it came to you know, basketballs or whatever. You know, and he just always did right when it came to the children. His wife and him were so involved, same as Frank and Rita, where it was the cause. There was one cause here, and it was to lead our children in the right direction for later on in life, and that's what they did.
I heard about Spike Fitzpatrick, but I didn't know who he was. Then I became introduced to Nancy, his wife, and Spike, and my biggest recollection of the two of them has to be the goods and services that Nancy brought to the school here. I can remember another goods and services that Spike attended. I don't think he missed any. I don't think he missed any of the auctions. And this particular goods and service was really to recognize Spike and Nancy, because they were instrumental in bringing this fundraiser to the school. And I know he wasn't feeling well at all. He had just gone through some chemo treatment, and you know, he just was not feeling well at all, but he still went. And Spike was bidding on everything because he was so ill at the time, and there was the possibility that that would have been the last goods and services that maybe he would attend, and he knew that. And it wasn't as apparent to all of us sitting there, but I'm sure he knew how sick he was at the time. He just, there was just no holding him back that night. Even though he didn't feel well, you would have never known it. You would have never known it. And he was as large a presence that night as he was the very first night. He was the one that accompanied us on all the field trips throughout the school year. He had a good income, but he shared it. You know, he made a good livelihood, but he shared it with the other people. Gosh, I can't believe it's getting to me. So.
Well, Joe Meek he's kind of a very vibrant, outgoing type of personality, and I think he would give back to the community no matter what. If somebody asked him, he was always outgoing, and he was ready to go for it. He would give it a try. Sue is always smiling. I've never seen an unkind look or expression on her face, and she's always smiling and ready to go. And she was always my go-to person for things, because I know I could always talk to her and ask her different things, and she always had the ability to come up with some really forthright ideas, and always out volunteering. She was always busy doing stuff. Whenever you asked Joe Asumi, it was, sure, you know, I'll see what I can do, I'll be there, and they did. They always came through 100%. I think they would definitely see that the school has accomplished what they had hoped to in the beginning, when they were so prominent in formulating a lot of the things that the school needed to grow with, and to seeing how far it has come over the years. I think they would be thrilled, and I think they in their hearts know that the school has become a success, and it's because of the hard work that people like them have put into it to see it get where it is today. The school was always, the children were always so enthusiastic, and it's such a loving, caring place, and those were the things that I remembered in it. It depended so much on the people who were able to put in the time and give so much back to the school. It didn't matter whether it was your child or that was your parent. Everybody just kind of stepped in like one big family and just gave.
We don't want it just for our child, we want it for other children too, to be able to embrace this whole formality of what life and religion and what the world is about.
The question now posed to Pope John Paul II Catholic School is, what is in store? What visions are waiting in the wings, waiting to take center stage, waiting to shape your future, my future, their future? This would be the foundation of what we know today as Pope John Paul II Catholic School.
Pope John Paul has come up with a wonderful, wonderful idea, I think, to bring a nature trail into its program.
The outside grounds are fabulous and really be developed into an outdoor learning environment. That's why we do the early childhood. We're looking at putting in a nature trail, that kind of thing.
I think it's a real opportunity for the students at Pope John Paul to take and explore a habitat and to take it a step further into sustainability of habitats.
We can have a mini pilgrimage on the premises with the Stations of the Cross. It all of a sudden just takes it away and out of the church and brings it into a new environment, showing to students that you can pray anywhere.
Have them be stewards and activists for the environment.
It can just change your whole outlook and perhaps change you when you walk out.
Tennis courts.
This is a brain-based building.
Hands-on activities.
Take the learning experience outdoors.
About Florida habitats.
It activates the brain more in different areas.
Learning about the natural environment.
One partner is just standing up and teaching the other.
About Florida's endangered and threatened species.
We have the potential in this area, and because of the support in this area, not only the public school systems, but our Catholic schools. You go to the NCEA convention, I'm asked to speak at all the conventions in regards to what we're doing here at our school, because it is a leader, not only, as I said, in Catholic schools, but also in the public school system. So I see a great future here with that.